Good afternoon, folks. This is your friend Lorenzo Big Flim Fleming coming to you once again with a video podcast episode of Lorenzo's Commentary. I'm doing a little special episode here because right now I am currently out in the middle of the eastern Mojave Desert. Right now I'm kind of like situated near Rancho Mirage, near Palm Springs, California, kind of like halfway between Riverside, California and the Arizona border. Like I said, I'm gonna turn the camera around so I can show you where I am. Like I said, it's very arid out here, very deserty out here. And in the background back there is Interstate 10, and way back along the ridge line and the mountain lines, there's Palm Springs, Rancho Mirage, Coachella Valley to the east here, Indio, way back there in the back near the mountains there. And there's Mount San Jacinto right there. And like I said, I live way on the other side of the mountain there, about a good 45-minute drive from here. All right. Now, the reason why I'm doing this video clip is, of course, I am a gun owner, and I just recently purchased 2 weapons. I purchased a 9mm pistol and a .22 long rifle. You know, just my 2 little toys, new toys actually. Like I said, some folks say, hey, you know, midlife crisis. Of course, you know, I'm 54 years old. I've served in the military over 23 years, you know, 15 years active duty Army, and currently almost 9 years in the Army Reserves. So I still had the need to smell a little gunpowder. Right now is afternoon time, so I decided to go ahead and come out here in the desert, away from civilization, away from everybody, just to come try out my new toys and kind of throw in a little discussion about gun control. Because right now, a lot of folks, there's some folks, you know, there's gun control advocates, you know, oh, they want to take your guns. They want to overturn the Second Amendment. I'm a firm believer in the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms and to keep arms and be able to have, you know, arms to protect yourself and protect your family and your property. That's the premise of what I believe in the Second Amendment. And of course, like I just mentioned, I've served almost 24 years in the military. So I have the right to be able to have my guns, and also to you viewers as well, for those who believe in the right to bear arms, the Second Amendment. I am also a card-carrying member of the National Rifle Association, the NRA. Yay! All right, so everybody getting so hung up about, oh, guns kill people, you know, gun violence this and gun violence that. I am not acknowledging, you know, the scourge of gun violence in our country. But the fact of the matter is, some people just think that, oh, it's just guns. Like I say, the old saying goes, guns don't kill people. It's the people who operate or misuse guns and weapons that kill people. Like I say, a gun is an inanimate object. It was made by man. In itself, it can't kill nobody. It can just sit there and be a bump on the log. But it cannot be operated unless there's another entity nearby or available to handle that gun in order for it to operate safely and effectively. But it's just those individuals who choose not to operate the guns, you know, in a safe manner, in a correct manner, are the ones that are creating the scourge of gun violence that a lot of the gun control nuts are going around harping about. So, all right, so let me turn to you right quick here. This is what I'm about to show you, folks. This is my baby, my new baby here, the Smith & Wesson M&P 15 .22 long rifle. Like I said, it's pretty nice. I like it. It has flipped up sights, front and rear sights. It has a collapsible buttstock. And in the state of California, you cannot have automatic weapons in this state, only semi-automatic. So in the state of California, it can only come in a semi mode or fire mode. So like I said, these are just additional accessories I purchased last year because I've always wanted to get a rifle. That's the little light. Like I say, if you see some of those special forces and SWAT team members, they have their lights. That's mainly at night. And then of course, this is my optic sight that I purchased a couple of years ago. You know, the red, green, and blue dot sights. you know, to engage your target. And of course, I purchased a nice little old CP pattern sling. Now, to go along with this rifle, you got to have your accessories. Like number one, you got to have your oil, your CLP, your cleaner, lubricant, and petroleum. That's what the Army calls it, CLP. That's what you use to lubricate your weapon to make sure your weapon fires the way it should. And also, I'm a firm believer in practicing safety, like anything. Just like operating this blue car, my Charger, my blue baby here. You got to operate this weapon safely. Make sure you have your hearing protection, because firing off rounds can produce a loud popping sound, and it could damage your hearing if you don't wear hearing protection. And also, I like to have my gloves, especially if I'm firing a pistol. And also, don't forget, the last most important thing of all is eye protection, or eye pro as we say in the military. Make sure you have that, because you don't want no brass or anything going off and exploding in your face. And also, if you're out firing out in the desert like I am, since I'm not at a sanctioned firing range or shooting range, make sure I don't get caught up in any dust storms, make sure I don't get dust in my eyes. And of course, this is a nice warm sunny day out here near Palm Springs. Like I said, normally during the summer, late spring and during the summer, it gets extremely hot out here. It can get into the temperatures up to like 110 and 120 degrees out here. So make sure you bring some water. Let's see, I brought my big liter of water here, so that way I can be hydrated while I'm out here. And of course, like I just mentioned a few minutes ago, I am out here in an open desert terrain. I am not at a sanctioned gun shooting range or gun range. If you choose to go shooting out in the desert or any rural area, make sure you find an area where there are no people living nearby, or no facilities nearby, even though I'm kind of breaking the rule a little bit, because I'm not too far from a impound yard, about a couple of clicks over that direction there. The main thing is make sure you're in a open area where there's no homes, no people, or anything in the vicinity where rounds could go beyond your target. And the main thing is make sure you have an area where your rounds, expended rounds will go into, that way it will not harm anybody. So, and also right here, I'm just showing you my target that I've set up for this demonstration today. Right here, I will use this wiring fence to be my firing line. And the target that I have set up for this firing demonstration is about 25 meters away, which is a normal standard distance for zeroing your weapon. That's what we call it in the military, in the Army at least, and possibly the Marine Corps, is zeroing your weapon. Make sure you can fire 1 or 2 or 3 round shot group at a stationary target like that. Or in this case, like I say, you can shoot off enough rounds to at least get it in the blue, or hit center target, center mass, the red there, the bullseye, all that good stuff. So that's about 25 meters out, give or take a couple of centimeters, because of the terrain is not level and flat. Also, if you're using a target stand like I am using right here, make sure the area that you put in your target stand is flat and level and flush to the ground, or try to make it as level as possible, and also stake it down just in case a strong gust of wind kicks up and it might knock your target down while you're firing. So, and also I preach safety. I'm out here by myself, so I shouldn't expect to hurt anybody. But if you're out here with friends, family members, or Army buddies, stuff like that, or military buddies, if you're coming out here, want to get your shoot on, drink some beers, listen to some hard rock, heavy metal, rap music, or whatever while you're out here shooting, make sure you practice safety. Call ceasefire if someone is doing an unsafe act with their weapon. Make sure you get their attention. And also, last but not least, I have on my vest a first aid kit, just in case something might happen. So now, folks, all right, enough of that. Let's go ahead and let's get this party started, shall we? Now, I've kind of already got everything set up for my little shooting for a bit. Like I said, I'll probably be out here for 20, maybe 30 minutes, because I have other things I have to do too. But I just want to test my weapon and test, all my good stuff. And almost I forgot, here in my little case here, I forgot to mention, folks, this is my High Point 9mm pistol. I have an 8-round magazine that was originally came with the weapon. Right now I'm in the process of buying a 10-round mag for this pistol, and of course I brought a holster, a clip-on holster, because I'm in the process of taking a concealed carry weapons course in Riverside, for Riverside County and Orange County, so that way I can be able to carry a concealed weapon in Riverside and Orange County and any other locations where I'm allowed to carry a concealed weapon. So this, we'll fire off this beauty as well. Also, the same thing applies to this beauty just as much as this weapon. Like I say, make sure you have all your equipment, make sure you have everything that you need. So, all right, and most important thing of all, make sure you have your ammunition. Because what good is that will do you if you come out here in the desert and you want to shoot off rounds and you forget to bring your ammunition? It will not do you a world of good. So I make sure I got some ammunition. Like I said, I'm not going to fire too much today, but like I say, in future videos, we'll have some more available. Right now, with my 22 long rifle, I have 150 rounds right there, and right below that, I have a 50 rounds of 9mm bullets. My 9mm pistol. Like I said, I'm not going to fire off too many today, but like I said, for future episodes, we're going to be firing off some. So, all right. Let's take a break, and we'll be right back for some very informative commercials, and we'll be right back with Lorenzo's Commentaries special edition, getting your guns off and rocking and shooting. All right, so come on back and grab a snack and come on back, and let's get ready to pop some rounds, shall we? Hey folks, welcome back. Well, like I say, I'm all geared up and ready to go to shoot some rounds off right quick here. Like I say, you see me in my vest. This is my old Rapid Feeling Initiative, RI issue for my first deployment to Iraq in 2004, 2005. Like I said, as you can see, it's a little too small for me right now because I was a slender individual, 18, 19 years ago. I've gained a whole lot of weight. Then I've lost some weight thanks to gastric bypass surgery in 2019. I lost about 80 pounds because of that. But like I said, that's another episode. So let's continue on with our conversation. Now, like I said, I preach safety, safety, safety. Make sure you have your eye protection. Make sure, protect your eyes from dust, from the sun, and also from any shell casings or anything that might explode or whatever from your weapon. And I got my hearing protection. Like I said, when you fire a weapon, it gives off a loud sound. And if you want to protect your hearing for the rest of your life, make sure you wear this when you're firing weapons. And of course, I got my hat on, protect myself from the sunshine and all that good stuff. So, all right, like I said a minute ago, this is the weapon I'll be firing off at the moment. My brand new Smith & Wesson M&P 15 22 long rifle. Like I say, it has the front and rear sights that are collapsible. Like I said, go ahead and release that. Now, if I'm not using my red dot sights optics here, I would use these. And for those who've been in the military as long as I have, basically how this operates. You go up, fire your first couple of rounds, see where your shot group is, depending on the type of target you're using, see what adjustments you need to make. This is where you come and make your adjustments for your front and rear sights. And since I am not using those today, so I'll go ahead and collapse those. And of course, I just went ahead and sprayed my chamber with some CLP, like I said, cleaner, lubricant, and protectant, or petroleum, CLP. That's what we call it in the Army and the Marines and other branches of service. This helps lubricate your barrel and stuff, so that way your weapon won't overheat. Now, and again, continue on with the safety theme. Practice safety, safety, safety. First and foremost, you make sure you point this weapon in a safe direction. Don't point it at anybody. Don't point it at anybody's house or car or whatever. And since I'm out here in a desert environment, make sure you point away from any roadways or any structures and stuff like that. Always be cognizant of your surroundings or where you're firing at if you're out in the desert like I am doing right now. So, and also make sure you have your ammunition. This is my magazine, 10-round magazine for the 22 long rifle. It's all ready to go. Now, ready to lock and load. Put the bolt to the rear. There we go. Make sure you keep the weapon on safe until you're ready to fire, until you get to the firing line and do all that good stuff. Make sure your stuff is good. Like I said, this weapon doesn't have the little ejection cover, but a normal AR-15 or M16 or M4, it has a ejection thing there and all that good stuff. So it's ready to go. Now, like I was saying earlier, you know, about the gun control, folks, this weapon, this object, it cannot do anything on its own. It's just sitting here. Now, if I command it by some sheer force, telekinesis, or if you're Star Wars fans like myself, you're into the Force, you would say, hey, 22 long rifle, go out and shoot up that community over there. Go shoot up a school, or go out to some neighborhood and go shoot up a neighborhood. I command you to go shoot. Okay, 5 seconds has elapsed. The weapon hasn't moved. So for the argument for the gun control freaks and nuts out there, like I said earlier, guns itself cannot kill people. And also, I have my trusty knife with me too. That's my backup in case I need to use it. If I don't have my weapon, if I don't have my rifle or pistol with me, I have my knife with me. So same thing, you know. I can tell my knife, hey, knife, you know, go out and cut somebody. Go out and stab somebody. Go slash somebody's throat. Okay, 5 seconds has elapsed. So the knife hasn't moved. Not even by the sheer power of the Force, not by telekinesis, nor by some strange super divine power. It moved on its own. Just like this weapon here, it cannot do no harm to anyone or anything unless it's being used by an entity like myself. You know, I pick it up, I can twirl it around, I can throw it, or if I get into a fight with somebody, which I'm not a violent person by nature, just to let you know, folks, or somebody needs to get cut, you know, cut, slash, stab, and all that good stuff. So enough of that. So to prove a simple point to the gun control freaks out there, weapons, knives, guns, pistols, whatever you use, bow and arrows, whatever, a rock, whatever, or even this car. I can use this car as an example because this is a 2,000, 3,000 pound thing there. It can also be used as a weapon if you don't know how to operate it properly. You know, speeding, if those like speed through residential neighborhoods, which irritates me so much, run red lights, or drag racing or street racing, that can be used as a dangerous weapon. Or if you out drinking or out partying, getting your drink on or whatever, and you decide to get behind the wheel, this can be a weapon. You can hurt somebody, you can hurt yourself, you can kill somebody. So the simple argument with this gun control thing, going back to the subject at hand, is that the weapon itself cannot kill people. It's people or individuals who don't know how to operate this weapon safely is the reason why we have gun violence and gun deaths and deaths with weapons. And like I said, I'll add some of the statistics, you know, in the video or at the end of the video. So enough of that, folks. Like I say, all that doom and gloom. I just Big Flim want to give his point about that. So about gun control. Like I said, I am a card-carrying member of the National Rifle Association, NRA. I'm a firm believer in the Second Amendment. I served 23 plus years in the United States military, United States Army, as well as the Army Reserve. So I'm well versed in a lot of weapons. I've handled and fired several types of weapons, including the M16A1, the A2, the M4 carbine, the M249 squad automatic weapon, the M240 Bravo machine gun. I fired the old M16 machine gun. I fired the M203 grenade launcher. I fired the Beretta 9mm pistol. I just recently test fired the new Sig Sauer P320 or the M17 for the Army and the Air Force. That's the Army's new weapon, service pistol, excuse me. So, all right, folks. Like I said, we about getting ready here. Like I said, I got my camera stand where I'll be doing some video shooting while I'm firing. And again, that's our target that we set up for this demonstration. I've measured it out. It's about 25 meters out, give or take 1 or 2 centimeters. Like I said, I always check my area, check my surroundings, make sure there are no houses or no people around where any stray bullets could go out of course and hit something. And also, make sure there's no law enforcement anywhere either, just in case somebody might make a phone call saying somebody's out there shooting somewhere that they shouldn't be shooting. So make sure you check that too as well. And also, I have my water here. Gotta go get me some water right quick here. I'll get ready to. All right, got my sip here. All right, so now let's go ahead and get busy, shall we? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're about ready to have some fun. So, like I said, I got my weapon, got my rifle loaded, ready to go. Got my sights, got my gloves, eye protection, earring protection, all that good stuff. So, got my target set up out there. So, let's go ahead and have some fun, shall we? I just fired my first 10 rounds, put the weapon on safe, drop the magazine, sure the weapon's on safe, all that good stuff. Well, folks, I had one round that kind of misfired, so I'll take care of that at another time. So I just fired off 10 rounds. So now let's go down here and check our target, shall we? All right, let's go ahead and check our target, shall we? Also, since this is a not even terrain out here, I would suggest you make sure you watch your step, make sure you be careful, watch out for any wildlife that might be crawling around here, snakes, spiders, whatever. And also, please make sure you don't mess with any endangered species. So, well, like I said, this is my first time firing my weapon. And like I said, I didn't hold it too steady. At least I got it on the paper, that is. So far, I popped out I got 4 rounds that hit the target. So, like I say, I haven't fired in a while, and this is my brand new weapon. So, it's just the beginning. So, like I say, we'll probably try another 10 more rounds, and we'll see how we do. All right, folks, so let's head back to our firing line. Always remember, make sure you keep your weapon on safe. Make sure you keep it pointed in a safe direction. And also make sure you watch out for hazards and watch out for rocks and all that good stuff. And there's my empty magazine. So I'm going to go ahead and reload, and we'll take another quick break, and we'll be right back with Lorenzo's Commentaries Special Edition, Getting Your Gun On, here on Big Flim Radio and TV.